Indian opposition leader Rahul Gandhi has filed an appeal against his conviction for defamation. He's hoping to overturn his 2-year jail sentence, which resulted in his expulsion from Parliament. The politician remains out on bail, with a hearing set for next Thursday. Mr. Gandhi's conviction and removal from Parliament have sparked mass protests across the nation. Dozens of demonstrators gathered outside the court earlier today, pledging their solidarity with the embattled politician. Mr. Gandhi has been accused of suggesting, back in 2019, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and others who share his surname are thieves. Many opposition leaders claim that the case is part of a political vendetta by the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party to prevent the Congress leader from running in next year's general election. And for more, Neha Punya joins us live. She's in New Delhi. Neha, it's a high-stakes legal case for Rahul Gandhi. Now, what's next for him?
Well, this is likely just the beginning, Dawn, of a very long, very protracted legal battle for the former Congress president. And you're right, today was an anticlimactic sort of day for Rahul Gandhi, especially if you consider the scenes that played out in the run-up to that hearing that lasted just a few minutes. He was in court, appearing alongside his sister, Priyanka Gandhi. You had chief ministers from Congress-ruled states accompanying him in a show of strength. And like you said, there were hundreds of Congress supporters who had congregated in the city of Surat in a show of support. But inside court, you had the bail for Mr. Gandhi being extended. Also, the court put a pause on the 2-year sentence that's been handed to him in this criminal defamation case. That's the That's the longest and the harshest punishment that can be awarded in a criminal defamation case here in India. And for now, that will be on hold until this appeal is disposed of. The next hearing is on the 13th of April. And the court has issued a notice to the complainant in the case, a local BJP leader whose name is Purnesh Modi, to explain why Rahul Gandhi's conviction should not be stayed, because that's what the Congress party is after. If this conviction is stayed by this court, then his disqualification as Member of Parliament will be revoked. And that's what the Congress party is going to aim for when the hearing takes place next week.
And Neha, Mr. Gandhi has a great deal of support, and there have been plenty of protests to support him. They're defending their man, but what if this appeal fails? What could it mean as well for the BJP?
Well, the BJP is already accusing Rahul Gandhi of carrying out what they're calling a procession to the city of Surat, saying that this is a childish attempt to put pressure on the courts. But the Congress party is denying that charge, and they're saying they're not worried about losing this appeal, because even if this particular court junks Mr. Gandhi's plea, he will still have the option to approach the Gujarat High Court, and if his appeal fails there as well, he could also approach the Indian Supreme Court. So he's not entirely out of options if this doesn't work out in his favor. But the biggest worry for the Congress party is that if this conviction is upheld by any court, then he will be barred from contesting elections for the next 8 years, which essentially rules him out as a contender for Mr. Modi in next year's general elections. And that's what they're trying to fight right now. But the Congress party also trying to turn this conviction on its head. They're using this as the beginning of a political movement. They've accused the BJP of using state agencies to target opposition leaders, saying this is an attempt to silence Rahul Gandhi, who's just held this very successful march, they say, across India, and poses a real threat to Mr. Modi's re-election bid next year.
Neha, thank you for that. Neha Punya there in New Delhi.